Shiatsu Center. It is Shakura here with you this morning, leading this 1 hour session to check in and see how everybody's doing. So we are now starting our new element. We've got the wood element coming up. It's the last element that we're going to be covering of this series. Next month at the Shiatsu College, we are going to be learning about the wood element and the meridians associated with the wood element, which is the liver and the gallbladder, and everything around and connected with the wood element. So let me just introduce it to you. Get my slide up. Here we go. So the wood element, it is very important. It's I've grabbed these words from Carola's book, Shiatsu Theory and Practice. This is how she describes it. Oh, good morning, everybody. Oh, so nice to see so many of you here. And yeah, the words that Carola uses is energy, adaptability, organization, and self-expression. So with the wood element, as you can see and as you can feel probably, like spring is in the air, it's connected to this season. So it's connected with spring, and it's all about new beginnings and kind of everything sprouting, coming through, and this energy, this amazing fresh energy that comes through very clearly and very strongly at this time of year, with all the flowers are coming out, all the leaves are starting to come, so everything's starting to turn green, and green is also the color of this element. And so what happens is when the wood element is working very well and very smoothly, then you get this, you get energy, you get adaptability, organization, and self-expression. And what happens on the other side is if this is stunted, if it's stagnated in any way, then we can sort of like feel like we don't have enough energy, we can feel tired. It can lead to depression, which is kind of like the opposite of self-expression. And it's also to do with self-expression, kind of building on that. It's like living your life's path. So it's when you feel like you're really living your purpose, then the liver energy flows very smoothly. When we are doing things that we don't want to do, I imagine it's like a sprout coming up, a seed sprouted, and there's like a rock or a stone in top of it. It stunts its growth. And that's when we get problems, like on all the levels, on physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. So yes, it works very well. The liver channel is very happy when we are living our purpose and also really using our expression in any which way that it can be. Excuse me. So using our voice, being creative, yes, using our bodies as well. So we'll do a little bit more of that in a bit. So let's just check in with everybody to begin with. How is everybody doing? Let's see. How do you? Where is my poll? Where is it? I can't find my poll. So we'll just go straight into checking out our 3 burners, and we can check in with that. Maybe you can pop in the chat how you're doing, how you are today. So let's check in with our 3 burners. Okay, let me just see if my camera is in the right angle. A little bit low. So checking in with your 3 burners this morning. And you can do this either seated, standing, or lying down. And just close your eyes, taking your focus into your body. And just bring your hands over your lower abdomen, just below your navel here. And just check in, how is this lower burner doing? If there's a picture or a color or a sound, how is it doing? And coming up into your middle burner, just above your navel, below your sternum there. This is your middle burner. And then bring your hands up to the upper chest, this upper burner here. And just check in, how is it feeling? Nice. So you can make a note for yourself, but we can just check in with the whole group now with a poll. I do have a poll for this. Which burnout do you want to work on most today? So we've got the lower, the middle, or the upper. And it'll be interesting to see what's going on with our group. Okay, amazing. So 50% of you would like to focus on the upper burner today. And then we've got 40% on the middle and 13% on the lower. Okay, interesting. Let's see how that goes. Great. Nice to see your feedback in the chat. Wow, Karen, it's 5 o'clock in the morning for you. What a way to start your day. Good morning. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Right. So let's get our bodies moving. So the best thing with the liver, what the liver loves is stretches and also twists. So things, well, they live in the gallbladder and the wood element, and the things that really help it are just to, even if you're feeling tired, but if it's the wood element that needs focusing on, then you do really gentle movements. So if you're feeling tired today, then although we're going to be quite dynamic and moving, you're going to move very gently. So sometimes a little bit of movement, a little bit of stretching or twisting can help release energy that's a bit stuck. So let's give it a go. But if you are feeling tired, then just take it easy. Just take it really easy today. So just starting, and just going to quickly do a scan from the top to the bottom, just to notice if any areas do feel tight or stuck this morning. Just scanning from the top of your back, from the top of your head, sorry, coming all the way down to your feet. And just notice it's anywhere you feel like it's being held. Interesting, I can feel it in my jaw. And just make a mental note of that so we can just check in at the end of the class and notice if you've got any changes. So just let's do some gentle moving to get everything going. Just going to move this down a little bit. So holding onto a wall or a chair or something, we're going to start to move the feet. So we're going to ground down into one side. Imagine roots are going down into the ground. You can lift up the other foot. I'm going to start to shake it. Get some movement. Get some space between toes, in the ankle. And then you're going to try and shake off the muscles of the lower leg. And then the muscles of the upper leg. Shake it out. If it's comfortable, you can bring your knee up to your chest. And to the side. And then to stretch the front of the hip, you can bring your foot behind, up to your glutes, and just see if you can tilt your pelvis forward a little bit to get a little bit more of a stretch in the front of your hip. So the wood element is connected to your muscles and your sinews. So doing these stretches is really beneficial for your liver and gallbladder. And release your foot down, give it a shake. And you can just notice, does one side feel different to the other? And while we're here, actually, we'll just stretch over the front of the foot. See if that feels nice. Side of the foot. And then rotations of the ankle. So these are the kind of movements that the wood element really likes. Smooth movements and stretches. Different, I don't know, maybe you can share in the chat your favorite ways of expressing yourself. Some people love to express themselves with dance, which is perfect. Generally lots of smooth movements. Okay, good. Now rooting down through this leg that you've been working with, lifting at the other and giving a kick, giving a shake. Shake off muscles from your foot. Imagine you're shaking off any stuck energy. And then coming into the lower leg, giving a shake. Your knee and the upper leg. These big muscles of your upper leg, just shaking them off. I can hear my bones giving a little pop. And then shaking your hip and bringing your knee up to your chest. And then if you like to the side, just giving more space in this hip. And then bringing your foot to the back, giving this front hip a stretch. And if that's easy, then you can tilt your pelvis forward, bring your coccyx forward so you can bring even more space to this front of your hip here. Lovely. And giving it a shake. And now we're going to stretch the front of the foot, just leaning over it. Just notice what feels nice today. Giving your body a little bit of what feels good. And then I'm going to rotate the ankle both ways. Good. Giving a shake. And then just notice, pop both your feet planted on the ground and just notice how they feel now, if they feel a bit more balanced. Now we're going to bring some movement into your hips. So bring your hips forward, to the right, to the back, to the left, to the forward, to the forward, to forward. And just rotating, just small movements, bringing some movement into your hips. And you can imagine you're drawing a circle with your coccyx. And just see how far, how wide you can make these circles and still be comfortable. Now coming back to center, I'm going to go the other way, forward, to the left, to the back, to the right. Starting small, then seeing how big you can get these circles. Good, rubbing around your sacrum, around the sides of your hips. Increase energy moving here. Now I'm going to come to our waist, and one of the best ways to really get this moving is us turning from side to side, and as if we're like wringing out the spine. So it's like a detox for your spine, for the muscles around here. It's amazing at tonifying this area and just generally getting the energy going throughout the whole body. So we're just going to turn with our hips, your knees and your ankles soft. We're going to turn with our shoulders from side to side, starting off gently. I can already feel my back starting to crunch. Clearly enjoying this. And then start to look over your shoulder from side to side. You can let your hands hit against your hips. Give an extra little massage. And when you do this, really sink into your knees. Feel your coccyx hanging down. And your head coming up to the ceiling, up to the sky. So as you turn from side to side, feeling your spine lengthen. Feeling like you're creating more space in between your vertebrae. This is one of my #1 recommendations when I want to support clients with the wood element. Just turning from side to side, and I imagine like the trees, if they are when the wind is coming, they have to go with the wind. And like this word, this adaptability, okay, coming back to center, this word adaptability, if we don't like adapt to the wind and if we're too stiff, then it breaks. Whereas if we can imagine like bamboo just going with the wind, or I just love the picture of like the weeping willows, they're just going with the wind, then when you can adapt and change, then it's much more of a smoother journey. Okay, so coming into your upper body, we're going to shake one hand, release any tension from your hand, your wrist, your lower arm, your elbow and your upper arm. Really get in there, shaking off muscles from your bones. And then coming into your shoulder, just going to feel this stretch as we do this backward motion, leading with your hand, forward, upwards and backwards. Really notice the stretch in the front of your chest as you come back. And then coming forward. Good. And just notice, is there a difference between one hand and the other? And then we're going to do the other side, shaking out the hand, the wrist. Whew. Feels good to make any sighs, release any yawns that you might have, shaking off the lower arm, elbow and upper arm. Just enjoy getting everything moving this morning. And then we're going to lead with the wrist coming up and back, forward, up and back. And just getting into it as much as feels comfortable and joyful for you today. And then coming forward, backwards, upwards and forwards. Good. And giving it a little shake. Good, I'm going to do a little bounce of the knees and the hips. So just with your feet soft on the ground. Imagine you've got roots coming down through the ground. And as you do this little bounce, imagine you're just shaking off any stuck energy. A little stretch. Just having a little shake. And now we're going to do something which is so nice for the upper chest, as we wanted to focus on this a little bit more today. And it is just a super, super simple, coming forwards and backwards with your hands on the inhale, coming forwards, your thumbs on top, and then with the exhale, sorry, no, do it the other way. Inhale, coming back with your thumbs on top, and the exhale, your hands coming forward. So with opening, inhale, and then closing, exhale. So I'm going to do this to really get into this upper chest. Again, this is a really super simple movement. So nice to get more energy. And also just to disperse energy if it feels like your chest is tight. It's a really great way to disperse this energy. Really opening your chest on the inhale as your thumbs come up to the sky, up to the ceiling. And if you're feeling tired today, you're going to stop there. If you feel like you've got lots of energy, you're going to keep going. Let's bring more energy into this space. Lovely, and coming back to the center point. I'm going to do this shaking a little bit more, so just coming into this relaxed position, just bobbing up and down. Your hips, feel your hips just drop. This can be a really nice exercise if you feel like you've got a lot of like nervous energy or feeling anxious. It's just nice to come back into your body, have a shake. Imagine this energy being released from your body down into the earth, feeling very grounded. Good. So now we're going to do a few extra stretches. The wood element loves stretching the side of the body, so let's get into that. So feeling like your core is a little bit more engaged now, so you're going to engage your pelvis, engage your stomach muscles, side, as if everything's coming forward a little bit, connecting. And I'm going to reach out one hand to the ceiling. I'm going to bend over to the side, but really reaching up and over. So not just to one side, really reaching up, create a lot of space down the side body. And while your core is engaged, you're going to come over to the side. So the idea is that you're very strong, but you're creating space at the same time. So you're protecting your lower back, protecting your back as you turn, as you slide down one side, lifting up one arm and reaching down with the other, and coming up to the center, two hands in the air, reaching up, stretching up, and then we do the other side. So the other hand coming down to the side of the body, and we're going to do the other side. So engaging your core, reaching up, and then going to the side, really opening up the side of your body, creating space. Good. The other hand reaches up. And again, we're going to do it the other side. This time, see if you can create a little bit more space. So hand reaching up, engaging your core, and coming over to the side. Just notice if you can reach down a little bit further down your leg this time. And again, reaching up and over. Coming back up to center, two hands in, reaching. And then the other hand coming down, engaging your core, and going to the other side. Just notice if you can go any further this time. This feels super nice for me this morning. A good stretch. And then coming back up, and we'll do it one more time on each side. So if that felt good for you, we'll do it another time. If not, just have a little rest. Reaching your hand down, and then seeing how far you can go. So engaging your core as you come to the side. Good. Taking easy breaths while you're in this position. On the exhale, see if you can release a little bit more on the side body. Good. Coming up, reaching both hands up. And letting the other one down. Again, engaging your core. And on the exhale, reaching over. And again, just take some easy breaths. And on the exhales, just notice if you can have a little bit more of a stretch, even if it's just 1 millimeter. Keeping that core engaged, protecting your lower back. This idea of feeling very strong, but also supple. Reaching up and releasing down. Just rotating your shoulders in case you've got any holding anything there. Coming forward. Good, have a little shake out. So the point of the week this week is liver 3. Let me show you how to find it. Here we have it. Liver 3. So, liver 3, you will find this point in between your two metatarsals on your foot, and it's basically just before those two bones meet. So you'll find it by placing your finger between the two toes, the big toe and the next toe, and then just as you push your hand towards your ankle, you'll notice where these two bones meet. And it can be quite tender, like it depends what's going on for you, But let me just see if I can show you on myself. See if I can get this camera angle. So how I find it is it's between the big toe and the next toe, and I just run my finger up between these toes, and just before these two, the bones meet, this is liver 3. And yeah, it's quite tender on me today. This point is amazing, and it really does support. Let me know if anybody needs more assistance finding it, but it really does help with all the things that the wood element is known for. So it really helps spread the liver Qi around the body. Like I said earlier, that it really helps move the energy around the body. Yes, exactly. James said it's never difficult. Exactly. It's very obvious, this point, generally on people. So yes, the liver, the gallbladder, they both really benefit from smooth movement of Qi around the whole body. So if there's ever any like stagnation or stuck energy in the body, using this point can be phenomenal. So it's wonderful for things like headaches, and that is also because it, it's the most distal point. So it's great at moving energy down away from the head. So if you get headaches, especially if they're on the side, on the temples, these are often related to the wood element channels. It's great because obviously the connection with the liver and the gallbladder here, great for any abdominal pain. Again, moving energy away from there, any stuck energy. It's great for that. It's great for insomnia. Again, it's like if you're agitated, if you're feeling stuck, if your mind is busy and full, or if you're feeling frustrated, then it's great for this. And also, like I was saying earlier, it's amazing for depression. And it really is because it gets the energy moving smoothly. So depression can often come when we're feeling frustrated. If you're not feeling like you're really living your life's path and getting to choose what you want to do, then naturally we can become depressed. So it really helps release energy, move energy in the right direction, which is smoothly around the body. So pressing this point can be fantastic. It's a nice point if you have magnets at home. It's a great point for that. I remember it magically disappeared my nosebleeds. I was having regular nosebleeds as a child, and just putting a magnet on this point stopped my nosebleeds. And I think it's because if energy is like rising up too quickly, then it can give you headaches, nosebleeds, all these kind of things, tension on top of your shoulders. But if you activate this point on your foot, then it's amazing at getting energy grounded, bringing the energy down, which helps you feel more earthed and stops those pesky nosebleeds. So if anybody else has got any uses they have had with it, or great works, experiences of using liver 3, do share them in the chat. Yes, great. So nice to see your comments in the chat. Okay, so let's get moving again. Everybody okay to do that? I think it'll be really nice to do some doing today. This lovely spring energy, getting everything moving. Lovely. Okay, so as always, you can do this sitting up, standing, even lying down, whatever feels good for you today. I've got my camera angles okay. So this a lovely, lovely doing. It's a bit weird. We just did a retreat with 9 people who had never done doing before, so it was amazing just to see their experiences over the week. And I think one of their favourite things was this doing, which we started each day with. So yeah, really nice to see it. People just had amazing results, even from just doing this daily for a week. So yeah, always love sharing this with you guys. So we're going to start from the top and just pressing down, just to begin with, just finding this ladder channel that runs along the midline of the top of the head It's also really nice to help ground your energy. If it's coming up too much, you might feel these points a little bit tender. Just pressing them, encouraging the energy to ground down. And then we can do this little squeeze at the side, starting from the corner of the eyebrows and just going around as if we're bringing our hands together, your hands meeting. Maybe squeeze to the side of your head. And then we can do some gentle tapping across the forehead or gentle massage, whatever feels good for you today. If you feel quite stimulated, a little bit anxious, then maybe instead of doing, you can do kind of gentle brushing. So not to bring any more energy too fast, just to slow things down, you can do that. It's also very helpful. So pressing across the forehead and just pinching the eyebrows from the middle to the end. Then we're going to do these light fingers across your sinuses. So really imagining clearing out the sinuses, opening the sinuses. And again, we can press across the cheekbones and also underneath the cheekbones to the corner, this little corner of your bottom of your nose and out. Really good, just to clear this space, clear your sinuses. And then coming to this jaw, small intestine point right here. So pressing in and coming all the way down. And this is the area that I felt tense today, so I'm just going to have an extra few moments here. And if you do the same while you're working today, just spend an extra few moments anywhere you feel tension, just to encourage it to release, encourage movement in this area. Good, and then we're just going to check in with your SCM muscle. I think this is such a good indicator of how one is. So just feeling this SCM muscle that comes down just in front of the ear, all the way down to the middle of the collarbone. And you can feel it. If you turn your head to the side, you'll notice this chunky muscle that goes all the way down. Just giving it a squeeze, massage, encouraging it to relax. And brush down. And then we can work the back of your neck, just giving it a little squeeze with your hand like this. Just placing palm of your hand one side and the fingers the other side. Good. Now coming into our chest. So for those people wanting to focus on their upper burner today, we'll start doing some gentle tapping underneath your collarbone, making any noises that feel good today. And really notice anywhere that it feels like you want to spend a little bit more time today. Just tapping across the chest. Any energy that feels like it's a bit stuck or tight. Just giving some extra vibrations to this place. And it can also be great to use the voice for that. You can sing, you can hum, whatever feels good for you. Again, it's all good self-expression. And if it feels nice, you can do more of a painting with your hands, cupping, or even loose fists across your chest. And now we're going to come onto one side, one arm with this loose fist, up the inside, across the chest, over the back of the shoulder and down the back. And do this 3 times on each side. So finding where feels good for you today. On your arm, across your chest, over the back. And down the back. swapping over, out the inside, across the chest, over the back of your shoulder, and down the back of your arm. And again, inside, chest, back of the arm. And you can play around with which part of the inside of the arm you want to go to. And same with the outside. Some different channels to choose. Good. And then brushing it off when you're done. And I'm going to come to the side body. So, like I said earlier, stretching is really great for the liver and gallbladder channels, but also they run down the sides of the body. So, the outside of you've got the edges of your body here, but also the outside of your legs. This is where the gallbladder channel runs, and then the liver channel runs up the inside. So this is really nice to spend extra attention here. So we're going to come to the hips. So go in here. And then I'm going to come as high as you can to the side of your body. Very strange right now. Down to the hips, and then coming all the way down. So down the sides of the legs here, and then coming up the inside, up the liver channel. And get there. I'm going to do this a few times. Down the outside. Really give it a good element of attention today. Inside. And one more time. Down the outside. And up the inside. Good. If you've got somebody with you, you can do each other's backs. It's always such a nice thing, starting from the top and going all the way down. If not, you can just do it for yourself, a gentle tapping down your back, down your sacrum, and down the back of the legs. Bladder channel always feels good. Do that a few times. Down bladder channel. Nice. Good. Brushing it down, brushing away. Have a little shake of your feet. And then just briefly, just close your eyes, just notice how you feel on your whole body right now. I definitely feel much better. My jaw is now released and relaxed. So simple, I love it. Right, let's have a little bit of attention on our feet. And especially with this lovely liver point. So just massaging, creating space between the toes. You can stretch each toe out. Feel more space here. When things feel a bit brittle, a bit tight, then I imagine more energy coming to the space. And you say wherever you take your attention, that's where the energy flows, and that's also where the blood flows. So that's always good for us. And then just coming to this kidney 1 point underneath your foot, very grounding, earthing. Just in the midline of your foot, behind the ball of your foot there, and stretching out, creating space. Bottom of your foot. These darling feet do so much for us. Just bring some appreciation for your feet and your toes. And also massaging the heel of your foot. Good. And also always making sure that your feet are warm. It's very important in Chinese medicine that your feet are warm. Good, and swapping over. So coming to the toes. Pressing in between the toes, and you'll find that liver 3 point in between the big toe and the next toe, and just pressing in there, giving them a stretch. Good, and massaging the bottom of your foot. And just especially this point, this kidney 1 point, just below the ball of your foot in the midline here. Pressing. Stretching. And again, just making sure this foot is really warm. Doing a massage if there's any areas that feel a bit cold. Good. And then we're going to do something which I really love to do just to get all the energy moving from the upper body into the lower body, from the lower body up into the upper body, is bring your feet out in front of you. And you can place your hands by your side or behind, wherever feels comfortable. What you're going to do, have your feet like hip distance apart or a little bit wider. And you're going to bring your toes together and your toes away. And actually this movement is coming from the top of your hips. So you're bringing your feet together and then away like this. And just this like, I was going to say windscreen wiper move, but I don't think this is how windscreen wipers work. So just bringing your thighs together and away, and letting your feet follow. That's really good, getting energy moving. And it's also, you can do it sitting down, which is great. So again, this is something people can do every day. And just notice, see what happens for you. How's that feeling? Good, and coming to stillness. And another stretch we can do to support our liver and our gallbladder is this. So bringing our legs apart, just as far as feels good for you. See if I can get my legs in the camera. Ooh. Okay, so stretching your feet out, and really just what feels comfortable. It really doesn't matter how wide your feet are. It's not about that. It's more about us getting this stretch on the inside of the legs, really working this, tonifying the liver channel. And let's see if we can do this. Let's do today. So lifting your upper body up, and then lift your hands up into the sky. So reaching up, and I'm going to turn towards one side. So I'm turning towards my left foot. And then I'm going to drop my right hand down along my right leg, and then leaning over. So same as earlier, leaning up and over. Stretch down to this other side. So I'm facing one foot and I'm reaching down towards the other. And just notice how that feels for you. Just bringing this stretch into your legs. So I can really feel it on my right leg now. We call this like the teddy bear move. And again, reaching hands up to the ceiling, and I'm going to turn towards the other side. So I'm facing my right foot now, and I'm going to lean over and stretch down towards my left foot. So you can bring your hand to your knee, to your ankle, to your foot, whatever feels comfortable. And with the other hand, you're reaching up and then reaching over. So I can feel it all the way down here and then all the way in here. And then coming back up to seated, and then just coming forward from your hips, leaning forward. Just give a gentle stretch. Good. Now bring your feet together. This butterfly movement, so you can have your feet quite far in front of you or quite close to you, whatever feels nice. And again, just lifting up from the hips, lifting up the lower back, really pulling forward from your lower back. So you can place your hands on your ankles and then just tilting your lower back a little bit forward. So coming forwards from your lower back and then resting down. And it really, it shouldn't be like a rounded back. You're going to have a straight back and coming forward like this. And then taking a few breaths in this position. Just feeling it hopefully in your hips. Just opening up your hips a bit. And then on the last exhale, just relaxing forward, stretching out, coming back up. And as I said earlier, the liver channel, gallbladder channel, they love a twist. So let's get into, now bring your feet in front of you, stretching out your feet in front of you, and then bringing your left foot up to your body like this. And if that feels okay, you're going to lift up your spine, reaching your head up to the sky, and you can hug onto this leg to help you do that. And then you're going to take this, whichever leg is being pulled towards you, this arm's going to reach up into the sky and then come back behind you. So let me show you what this looks like here. So this leg is hugging in, this right arm is lifting up and coming behind. So at the same time, I'm reaching up with my head, keep my spine long and straight. And then if that feels comfortable, you can hug this leg in with the other arm and get a little bit more of a stretch. You can look over the shoulder, bring your chin to the shoulder. And again, with each exhale, just releasing into this stretch a little bit more. This is one of my favorite stretches. It feels very safe, very supported. Again, it can engage your core muscles. And one more breath in this position. And then we're just going to come around, bring your body all the way around the other side, just to do like a little counter stretch. Good. And now we're going to go on the other side. So letting this foot out in front of you, bringing the other leg up to your chest. Spin round so you can see me. And then whichever knees onto the chest, that same side, that arm is going to reach up and reach behind you. And then you're going to hug this knee to your chest, engaging your core, making your spine very long, very straight. And then hugging this knee in, and if you want, you can also turn to the side. And with each exhale, just seeing if you can bring yourself a little bit more into the stretch. Just keeping your spine very straight, very long, lifting your head up to the ceiling. So in this stretch, you have a lot of space. And just taking some deep breaths here. Good, and when you come out of this, come out of it gently, and again, just turning to the other side, just to do a little counter stretch. Good, and then coming to seated. Coming back to the center. And we are just going to finish off with a little bit of breath work. You all know I love my breath work. So we've got a few minutes left. Just coming to a comfortable seated position or lying down, whatever feels good for you. And now that I feel like, well, for me anyway, I feel like my chest is much more open, I've got more space here. And also these twists really help move if you feel like it's blocked here at all. I really love those twists for that, getting energy moving. Okay, so let's just do our gentle breathing this morning. You can close your eyes, lower them if you like. And you're going to bring your hands to your lower abdomen, one hand either side of your navel. And as you breathe in and out, just feel your hands being pushed away on the inhale, relaxing back on the exhale. So it's as if like we're opening and closing, expanding and contracting with each breath. You're just taking a few moments, breathing into your lower abdomen. And then we're going to bring your hands to the sides of your ribs. And again, on the inhale, really feel your rib cage expanding out all directions. On the exhale, coming back together again. So it's expansion and contraction again. And then bringing your hands to the top of your chest, just below your clavicle. And again, feeling your ribcage expand on the inhale and relaxing on the exhale. Your hands being pushed away on the inhale, relaxing back down on the exhale. Good. This breath all the way up into your chest is so wonderful. It really helps your body know that everything is possible and that everything's available to you. So bring your hands wherever you like to. I'm going to breathe into all three areas at the same time. So breathing into your lower abdomen, the sides of your ribs, and the top of your chest. Really feeling this large, expansive movement on the inhale and a very relaxed on the breath on the exhale. And as we do this, we're going to connect these breaths just for a few moments. Inhale, connecting with the exhale. The exhale merges into the inhale, just keeps going. Inhale merges into the exhale, which merges into the inhale. So we're not going to pause, we're not going to take a break or hold the breath at any point. We're just going to give our body this lovely experience of breathing in and out with ease. Just slow, gentle breaths in and out. You can imagine your whole body's expanding on the inhale as you breathe in. It's vital energy. You can imagine you breathing in like a light, golden light on the inhale, filling your body. It goes everywhere and it dissolves any blockages. This light floods into your body on the inhale, and on the exhale, releasing anything that's no longer serving you. So just keep this exchange. Inhale, breathing in the energy. Exhale, releasing anything you don't no longer need. And we're just going to do this for another minute or two. Just easy breaths in and out. Lovely, and just coming back to your normal rhythm, letting it go, having a little shake out. Do whatever movements feel nice for you, and have a little extra stretch. Good, how is everybody? So nice to spend this hour with you today. Just going to do one last poll, check in with you. How do you feel now? How is everybody? So just coming gently out of that breathing. Great. So far, people feeling a bit more balanced, and people feeling about the same. Good. So take it really easy now. Done lots of stretching, this breath work. So really give yourself a bit of time if you can now. Drink some water, have an extra little stretch lying down. That's often quite nice. Lying down on the floor, lying down on your bed, have an extra little stretch and move around, and maybe like stay in this gentle place for as long as you can. And just to know that these gentle, easy stretches, amazing at supporting the wood element. So if you are feeling a little bit stuck, if you're feeling like a bit of stagnation in your body, these really super gentle, super easy movements are fantastic for you. So, so lovely. Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you so much to our lovely Basti for being on the chat and answering any questions and everything today. Heart. Thank you, Basti. And we will see you next week. So we're going to be focusing on the wood element for this next month. So we're going to take even more of a deeper dive into it. Have an amazing week, everybody. And we will see you soon, hopefully. Oh, so nice to see you all. Summer, so nice to see you, darling.